Hello friends, I'm Colonel Failure and you're watching Transport Fever, joining you today live from Shanghai. We've got a bit of stalling going on. How do you do? We've got a couple of trains that are stuck. Namely, this chap told everything. Look, would you just how about, goodness gracious. Yes, you're waiting for a free path to get back to Wolverhampton. And you're trying to get in Shanghai. They're the same route, but for some reason, they are unable to play the game. And I don't see why that is, given that there is plenty of room here. So you're supposed to head over onto this line, rather like so, and then everything will be amazing. Except you're not, because of reasons. It's going to be because I'm blocking the bridge. There you go. Took me a moment, but I figured it out. There we go. Right now, let's put one of these newfangled electrical signals on here. I'm just going to do this one as a temporary measure, just to free things up. That should let you out of the station. There we go. And then we'll double track this bridge, and that'll make everybody happy again. Hooray for happiness. Anyway, yes, today I am engineer without portfolio. I have no particular plan other than make it work a bit better than it is currently working. And that's, that's where the fun is. Slapping stuff in quickly gets results sometimes, but then fixing that up again afterwards, it's really close. There is nowhere near enough room for this to work. Okay, double tracking this bridge is going to be the first thing we do. You're going to drive directly through the rear carriage on this train. Just letting you know that. And as a supplemental thought, which Charlie put the signal to block this bridge? Answers on a postcard, and we'll get to it after the bombastic intro. Now, obviously it was me, but clearly I would have said something along the lines of, we'll just stick this here. Yes, I know it's in a terrible place, but we'll fix it before it becomes a problem. Well, it's become a problem, so we're going to have to fix it, aren't we? And the fix in question is going to need to be a doubling up of this bridge. Now, I'm gonna pause just because this junction is currently unoccupied, which will allow me to get rid of it without upsetting absolutely everybody. I might upset a few people, but they can largely get over it. Now then, track, give me. I don't know. What are we playing with today? Let's go for the 160. Should be plenty for this particular approach. We don't need electrification, thank you. There will come a time when electrification is our mistress, but that time is not this time. Right, and we'll fling that up here and double track it. Not cheap, but needs doing. Progress is often comes with a price tag. Right, then let's roll you forwards. And we'll get the other side done as well. Hold on, before I do that, let's just tell you to stay put for a sec, and then we can do this in something approaching real time. I use multiple inverted commas there to kind of state the level of real time that I'm referring to. Right, that's good. That's good. There you go. See, that's going to work much better, I would assume. Have you figured out the route? Have you? You have figured out the route. Well done. Okay, right. Well, that's fixed then, isn't it? Largely. We're going to want to stick a signal or two on there. Oh, hello. What's new? Studebakers. Yes. Some OEBBs and an E44. And the Maz 200, and an aluminum lightweight wagon. How exciting that is. Right, now then, if I stick this about here, I mean, it's a little further out than I'd like, so I might stick a second signal here, knowing full well that that is likely to lead to some blockitude, but it will undoubtedly free up that that exit signal block a little bit quicker. That's my thinking anyway. Right, okay, that's that sorted. You can now get underway and get back to business. You've definitely got a path. You definitely have a path. See? It was only because I deleted the path you got a little bit nervous there for a moment, but there was absolutely no reason to do so because I have everything under control, as I always have. Right, okay, let's have a look and see how we're doing here at Hub 2. So, 147 of 147 on the ore delivery, and a good shake still in stock. Leads me to believe that maybe we should up the tempo on the old iron ore there. How are we doing on me loggy delivery? 104. That's promising. You know what? We got some low hanging stone based fruit here. That might be worth bringing to the station as well. You never know. But as you can see, we've got a goodly amount of goods. Yeah, I do that regularly, but I should stop it. That are starting to build up here, and that's not bad. It could be a little bit more, but we are still rebuilding after the recent chaos of the engineering that has gone in here. The question is, has it all picked back up again to meet the level of demand that we want? Now, the International Consumer Goods Bulk, which runs out to... oh no, this is it on the way in now, isn't it? I'm so very confused. Where are you actually heading to here? The Barcelona Steel and Dispensary. That's where you're heading. Oh, hello there. Yes, there you go. This is the long distance. Take everything everywhere. Big train. Now, what kind of load are you going to take in the opposite direction? One wonders. Well, one will not have to wander for long. One will be informed presently. Let's have a look. Didn't you come out with planks, and now you're taking some back again as well? They need planks over there. Oh, well, I've got some planks to deliver to them. Oh, well, to take some planks back with you. All right, you never know when you're going to need a plank. So I've heard. Right, you may go about your business there, El Capitan. Anytime you like. As soon as you wish. The open road lies ahead of you. Or the open rail lies ahead. I don't know what that jerking there was. Anyway, that's working. This is working. This is working. There's a lot of working going on here, and it's largely positive. This is possibly in need of a little bit of care and attention. It's possibly in need of quite a lot of care and attention, but I don't want to do it just now. Instead, I'm going to go and have a look and see what the situation is at Krakow. And while we do so, I'm going to turn your attention briefly to today's napkin du jour, which using the word today's at the front of renders the du jour largely redundant, but I use it anyway. And it comes from Jeff. Jeff who's put together this lengthy number that covers the area that we've been looking at recently. And he's got a scheme there, but I'm hard pressed to see exactly what is going on. However, he's done it on a piece of paper towel. I don't know, napkins, paper towels. They appear to be interchangeable with you people. And you know, there you go. There's some thought gone into that, and it's lovely. Keep them coming. I do have a backlog to get through, and I will get through them all, as long as they're decent. Right, Krakow is moving. Now, I can only assume that Krakow is moving because we don't currently have a goods train snarling everything up. On the subject of which, I have been pondering in that processing department of mine whether or not to remove goods entirely from the main line in order to keep things flowing. A very strong part of me says no, don't do that. It's the chaos of goods passing through that keeps things interesting. Another part of me says, yes, but wouldn't you rather it just worked fairly flawlessly? And you're going to go, well, flawless is something that it's a nice word, but I don't think we really need to add it to our lexicon. Anyway, here's the food train. It's coming in with a decent load. It should have a relatively decent amount to pick up as well, as it always does, and that's working just fine. Right, now, okay, let's get on with the main meat and potatoes of today. And number one, I need this to start working again, because I've got trains in situ there and they're just not paying off. And the problem, I think, is going to come down to the fact that the quarry, which is up here, that supplies that, let's zoom out a little more, the quarry up here, which is what feeds this this construction materials manufacturer, is a long way off, right? And it's 3 trips. So you got one to there, and you got one down to the hub, and then you got one back again. And as a result, everyone's just going, no, that's it, we're done. And instead, they're quite happy to take the slag from International and use that instead. Well, nuts, frankly. That's not going to do it. That's not cutting it for me. I need this running. So I'm going to have to come up with some kind of a scheme that makes this work. I'm also suddenly at a bit of a loss to understand exactly what's happening over here. Hold on, I need to mentally process what my route is up to. Where are you going? You're the Grand Junction goods bulk, and you're going to the freight interchange. So you'll peel off that way. Okay, cool. So here's the stone shunter. Nothing doing. You've been burning money for a couple of years. You've been burning money for a decade. Oh, and that really does need to be rectified now, doesn't it? So I think this is going to need a better loco on there, and we're going to need to do some rerouting on here. And instead of flinging you up to this, which is a real shame, because I loved this little system that we've got here. In fact, when I said it was 3 stops, it's actually more than that, because it would drop off at this truck stop. Surely not. Oh no, it's close enough to the main goods station there. Okay, well, what if? All right, first thing to try, put a speedier loco on there. All right, this might be the only change we need, because it will mean that that the goods can get where they're going a little quicker. Maybe. Right, so if I get rid of that and we stick on, I don't know, and this is going to take a second to load, because this is the first load up of my suite of engines that we've got today. Let's have a look. Someone pointed out in the last episode that I've gone straight past diesels into electrics, and actually electrics came before diesels. They do in this game. Hush. So maybe I'm accountable for not having diesels or some such. Right, okay. The OBB 7719 is Austrian, obviously, because so many of my locomotives are. I tell you, Fransol is a beast when it comes to getting all of his Austrian stuff in the workshop, and they all look really good. Okay, all right. So 90 kilometers an hour with 1,000 kilowatts of hauling power there, and I don't think that's going to do it. You're going to need something that is punchy. What about the E44? Well, it's got plenty of power. It's very expensive by comparison, and actually doesn't have that much more general grunt. What about the OP22? It's fine. It's Russian. That's suited to a big train. That one. So if I were to decide to sling all of this stuff straight to the Conmat's yard, which is probably the way I'm going to have to go, that would be the one to do it. See, I was thinking maybe quicker would be the way to get a good result here, but I'm not feeling it so far. As far as diesels go, the Alco has just come into service, and don't worry, it will be making an appearance at some point. So unless we go with something, you know, completely overblown for this situation, I'm currently considering going overblown. These chaps are very much the cheap option, aren't they? Okay, right. All right, let's try it. 100 kilometers an hour. Right. What do these wagons do? I don't know. Let's get rid of them and put on some that are capable of 100 kilometers an hour, which is about 60 miles per hour. For those of you still working in Imperial, let's have a look. Open wagons. Now, yeah, that'll do 97. That's pretty close. These Great Westerns do 120. Okay, what's the price difference? Actually, these are cheaper. Although, with it being double bogeyed in that way, I can't rule out that that's an American open wagon that you've got there. Although you've got this one, that does 120, only carries 8, but I think that's offset in the price. 64k a year, 76k, yeah, so the price is offset. Okay, we're going to go with this one, and fingers crossed it is from the right continent. Let's go with 10 to start with. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then let's add another. Oh, I don't know. Let's go with 5. Job's a good one. That gives us a grand total of what, 104 to 120. 10 million. Replace it now. Let's see what we get on. I'm not going to run this chap back to the depot to try this out because, frankly, I don't plan on spending all day on this. I've got other fish to fry, and my fryer's warming up. Okay, now this is only slightly faster than the last one, and obviously its running costs are going to be different. But the real question is, does the change in speed lead to this the stone plant here switching quarry? That's what they call them. They call them a quarry. Does it lead to them switching back on again? It's a good question, isn't it? Isn't it a good question? And we're not going to find out for a couple of minutes. Well, we're not going to find out till you've done a lap. So I'm going to stick that up there until I forget that I've left it pinned, and delete it. Because, you know, that's kind of how we roll. Right, now then, back to the hub, and we've got oil over there, we've got fuel waiting, we've got food galore. I think we could up the tempo on this, you know. I really do think we could up the speed of delivery by building up the quantity. Yeah. And I think the way to do that's going to be actually adding more trains rather than just lengthening consists and adding more locos and that kind of jazz. So I'm going to leave that for the moment because I did promise today that we would add another distribution line to the current setup. Wellington is looking at me like, come on, it's got to be my turn. You've got a bit of line there you could use. It's going to involve a bridge. Okay, well, what's going to be? In fact, it's going to involve something pretty miserable. Okay, so maybe the smart move on that one, because Wellington's got to be connected at some point, would be to come over here, hang a kind of 90-degree turn, hold everything. I'm having a thought. Pull a 90-degree on there and come in about there with a bit of local distribution. There is another thought, which would be that we set up, and this would be interesting. I don't see it working. Okay, here's the thought. Just that I don't see it working, so I probably won't do it. Truck stop, ferrying to and from a new station set up at the quarry, and we use the Alco to just do a little shunt route across the river. If I could get a goods train in on this side, a goods station, no chance. That's never going to work. Well, yes, you say that, but until you look, you don't know that for sure, do you? Right? Yeah, that'll fit, but you're not going to get any distribution off that. Okay, well, what about if I were to put it here? I think I might be committing to this, you know. All right, it's wacky. Yeah, it's a novel one, and I like it, so I'm going for it. Right, no electrification. We'll keep it really short because it is only going to be a shunting route effectively. But it's different, and I'm all about doing things a little differently once in a while. What am I talking about? I'm all about doing things a little differently as often as possible. Okay, good. Next trick is going to be putting a station in here that makes sense. Now, the one that would actually make the most sense would be something like that. And then you do a 90-degree turn that I'm pointing at the screen. That's not going to help you. You do a 90-degree turn and get onto the passenger track, or cross over the passenger track. The other option, maybe... Hold on, no. What about this? Yeah, okay, that's another option. That actually looks quite sensible. Now, you may be thinking, how are you going to get a train out? Are you going to build a special depot for this? Isn't that breaking every rule in the book? I'm not going to do that. I'm going to run it out of any depot I can find, and then we're going to make it work. And that might involve, you know, a little bit of erroneous track laying. But since all track laying is erroneous, just simply because it is, I'm pretty comfortable with that. Now then, let's find a bit of... I've got so much road that I just don't use. I'm so wasteful. Right, here we go. Let's do that. Do you really need monster interstate for this gig? Yeah, all right. Okay, maybe it is overkill. Let's find something that has got 100 km/h or better as a kind of a top speed. What about that? No. We'll find one you like the looks of and then go with it. I don't like any of these. I want something a little bit more, you know, sedate. All right, go with the default. No, don't go with the default. Go with something that looks like it's been, you know, some modder has put time and effort into it. You've put the effort into downloading it. This has got no road markings. What the heck are you thinking? It's going to cause chaos. You're going to have scooter drivers and you know, mobility carts and a milk float and all kinds of stuff going down there. This looks more like a runway. Anyway, that's what you have apparently decided is the right route for you. Well done, Big Chief. Okay, now then, we'll put a slightly jaunty angle on the station. Stick that in there. Link it up. There you go. That's it. Yeah. Double check that it's in range. It's obviously in range. There we are. Wellington Annex. No, let's go for Wellington Quarry with a Q rather than a D. I'm not even entirely sure why you would use a D as a typo there, but you did anyway. Good for you. And then we'll stick a chunk of track here, and then this is where the bridge isn't going to play ball, isn't it? Oh, the bridge very much is playing ball. All right, now that's easy mode coming from that direction. What we want to do is go the other way. This is never going to work. All right, you're going to need a fairly sharp angle there. Something like that. Is that giving you enough on the return to get it happening? I haven't even looked at that crossover. I'm hoping it's flat. There we go. Hold on. We've done it. It's there. Very tempting to stick with this wooden trestle, you know. Although, you know, I do like a steel lattice bridge, and it's worth 5 million of my money any day. Right, okay, that's good. Now then, we've actually managed to get a relatively flat crossover. That's promising. We shall stick a signal here. I know, electricity. It's never going to catch on. And then stick another one there. Okay, good. I've no idea how well this is going to work, you know. Wellington, you know what? Exchange actually works for me. Yeah, it's, you know, it had to happen sooner or later. Now then, what have we actually got here in terms of population? Just houses. That's unfortunate. However, our CBD is over here. So if I were to stick in a little bit of town-based road here, yeah, sure, asphalt street with concrete sidewalks sounds like a delight. If we stick that in here somewhere, I think you're being rather generous with yourself, Gov. First off, tell you what, let's do this in the other order. Let's pick out our distribution hub here at the other end, because obviously this is the bit that we want to hit. That's where all the action's happening right now. What about a 2-bay drive-through? That might work. Yeah, okay, yeah. We can work some kind of circuit, can't we? So if I do a bit of that, like so, I think we've got a commercial building whose time is up. Then let's go for asphalt with pebble strip. No, we don't want pebbles. Asphalt street flat. 30 kilometers an hour. No, I think we can do a little bit better than that. Automobile road. Street railways, no. I think they mean trams. None of this wants to connect directly. Hold on, that's going to be my fault. No, wait. If you upgrade that... Old City. How's that look? Yeah. Side streets as well. I don't see that there's any harm in having side streets as well. And we'll have a nice wood fence. There we go. Right. Now then. Do what you were doing, but better. Automobile road. Here we go. Right. Plop that on there. And then... brace yourselves, people. I don't think we're going to... No, I don't think we can only kill one. I think we have to do 2 of you. Sorry about that. Well, that's as straight a line as I'm ever likely to see today. And then we shall put in a splotch of side streets here. I really don't want to go through this this tavern here, but when it comes down to it, progress. That's my default excuse these days. Progress, mate. Sorry, no. It's the thing that's happening. It's occurring because progress. But what does that even mean? It means, sorry, I'm bulldozing your house. And or business. Right, there we go. That'll do. Nicely. Now, let's set up this route. Meanwhile, I know, I'm seeing it too. No stone in there at the moment, but it might be going the wrong way. Maybe it'll pick it up in a minute. If it doesn't pick it up in a minute, we'll know it isn't working. You know what? It's adding a very pleasant steam engine noise in the background. Right then, so this is going to be Wellington goods distribution and 0 pickup. Okay, right, we know that isn't working. Ah, nuts. That's a real pity. It's not unexpected, but it is a shame. Now then, have I got a... I don't. All right, some kind of road vehicle depot slash hub slash depot, not hub, is what we're looking for here. You know what? We're going to use the gas station. I quite like the gas station. It's quite good fun. But before we do that, we're going to keep sticking in a bit more roads. That's a road with no destination. One might call it a road to nowhere, and they would not be wrong to do so. Go, stick that in there. The benefit of the gas station is that it actually wants oil as well, fuel rather, and you know that's good, apparently. Now then, the Maz 200 carries absolutely everything. Got a capacity of 7. I might go with that, you know, given that we're out international. I'm sure someone pronounces it Mars. Maybe it's the Mars 7. Or we got the Studebaker, slightly more limited range of cargoes that it will carry, and I'm all about using the stuff that makes my life as easy as possible. We'll use something more robust at some point in the future. I think we'll specialise once trucks become available. Anyway, we'll go with... Should we be incredibly optimistic or only slightly optimistic? Let's go slightly optimistic. We'll go with 4. Wellington Goods Distribution, which for some reason has managed to have a name that is not abbreviated. Which I should rectify, really, because otherwise that's just unfair. And I've called it Wellington, which is somewhere else entirely, I'm sure. I don't know of a Wellington, actually. Does anybody know of a Wellington? Is there a Wellington out there in the world somewhere? Right, okay, that's that going. Now all I've got to do is put a train on it. No, hold on. Now all I've got to do is do 2 more lines. Right, so we've got to do the that one. Well, goods bulk. This is going to be most interesting to see what actually happens here. Is the stone going to get picked up? Don't know. It's all quite exciting because this is you know, all right. Your level of excitement may vary. Mini truck station with 1 cargo terminal. I think we can do a little bit better than a mini truck station, don't you? I don't like any of these. None of these are floating. We could tell you what, we'll use this, which had a very nice French name, an entrepôt logistique géodis. Yes, we're going to use that because I'm all about an entrepôt logistique, and the more géodis I can get in my life, the happier I am. Now then, let's make sure you are in range of the station premiere. That does look like it's in range, doesn't it? I mean, you're certainly in range of the steel mill, but frankly, I don't think there's going to be a huge amount of demand for steel where you're going. In fact, I'm pretty certain there isn't. Okay, that's in range of the station. Please work, please work. The prayer of the Transport Fever track builder. Right, okay, line manager is now... Stick that there, and then you are going from here, Barcelona Central. I think calling that Central is a little bit excessive to Wellington branch. Okay, so this is going to be goods bulk. No, I don't know. It's not though, is it? It's more like that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Let's call it road shunting. All right, good. Now, if I've got a road bridge anywhere, I could use that, but I haven't, so I can't. Also worth consideration is that I don't have a bridge over the mangled tracks of destiny here. So I'm gonna have to put something in, or just build another depot. I'll just build another depot. This is road stuff, you know. We go the extra yard for train depots, but for road depots, just build a fresh one. Right, now then, I'm going to put a lot on here. Well, you say a lot. We'll stick with a Mars 200, the Mars 200, and we will go with, because I'm feeling optimistic, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's really optimistic. Okay, fine. Good. Yeah, I hope that works out for you. Yeah, I feel very... Oh, no, really? No, carry on. I feel super confident that's not going to be a colossal waste of money. Right, there you are. Have that. What's the problem? The Santa Ana sawmill is wondering where the trucks are. I don't know, Santa Ana. They'll be around somewhere. I think also, worth a swift note, is I think I've got something broken up here. Something which is no longer serving its purpose following the line switch around. I'm not going to go hunting for it right now. I'll save that pleasure for when I next look at which lines are losing me the most money. Alright, so at the least, we may start to get stone being shipped back up to this main hub. I have no reason to expect that to happen. But it could happen. There is the potential for that to happen. Again, I don't think it's going to happen, but you never know. You do know, though, don't you? It's not going to happen. Meanwhile, I need to get a shunter out here. Now, the question is, do I go... It's not going to happen. Do I go with the freight route to get the train out here, or do I go with the passenger route to get them out here? And you may have to stick Shanghai as one of your stations in order to get anything out there at all. Let's have a look at other crossovers. So you've got... No, does that use the line? No, it goes under the line. Okay, so that's no help to us. You could go via Wolverhampton. Okay, so there is no direct route. The reason I mention this is that, as you know, but I'm going to point it out anyway, just in case there are people that you know aren't familiar with the game. If I were to send from one of my depots right now, there is either Shanghai or Wolverhampton, which is down there, is in between the depots and the destination, and the game won't figure out that all it needs to do is go to one of those stations and then turn around to get onto its proper route. Speaking of which, there we go. Yeah, okay, that might have just saved me quite a lot of pondering why it wasn't working. Okay, now then, I got a big smile on my face. I love this kind of stupidity. We could and we will. Alright, I'm going to make it so it will work. But it means there's only one way to get here. This is going to be completely chaotic. Especially since we're talking about a shunter here. There we go, something like that. Alright, just a little gap bridging section to make that work. And if we double this, then it can go the other way as well. Okay, right. Hold on, where does this come from? And where could it... oh no, this is going to have plenty of options. Right, we're coming out of the goods depot. That's the way we're going to roll with this. Still nothing happening over in Stoneland, I notice. I think we can give that one up as dead. Right, we're going to come out of this one simply because why not? And our first diesel, the Alco HH from Schenectady? An interesting place near New York. One suspects quite strongly that it was founded by colonists, given that is not a modern name you've got going on there. I'm not judging, I'm just saying. Right, freight wagons. We don't want many on here, but we do want something that can carry just about anything. No, these are finalised goods only, and it looks... I'm starting to feel quite strongly that I might have to use the naffies on this, or yeah, we could use the flat car. Yep, flat car it is. Right, let's go with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 60. I think that's going to be enough. Remember, the platform is only quite short, so let's set you onto goods bulk, and it will certainly prove the case of whether there is demand enough or not. And I can always expand it in situ, or I could always bring it back. This is a very stealthy diesel here. Okay, have fun. You're going to be in motion for a little while yet, so there is that. Right, let's head back over to the land of wasting money on this flaming line that I would really rather worked perfectly. And what exactly are we going to do? We're going to mothball this station, I think, is what we're going to do, and then double track this here. Which way are you headed? Are you going to Grand Junction? Because that's the bit I'm about to start monkeying with. No, you're not. Okay, right. So let's do a bit of this, and then you can become the... I don't know. Hold on. Look at the bridge. Right, you are the inside... no, if this is the outside line, then the other one is the inside line by default. Although you're not going to get around there, so try something else. And you know what? I might use an expensive what I say expensive. It's not that expensive. I might use a slightly more pricey electric on this. Although, given that I'm not currently electrifying, I'm evidently not that committed to it as a plan. There you go. It's quite a slow corner. Right, and route this around here. I've no idea what this is going to do to the existing service that heads out to Grand Junction, but I'm pretty certain we're going to find out pretty soon. Pretty much. Right, and you hook round on there like that, and then you come off round here like this, and everything is peachy. So we mothball this station, and now instead we're going to try and go direct. Now I'll leave these lines here as two-way. I know it's controversial, but I'm going to do it anyway. And then once we get over here, I'm going to need a crossover of some description, unless we two-way the entire route up until the interchange with the main goods line. All right, that also works, you know. So we would want to double slip that so it can get back, and then change this junction. Much to the consternation of the trains currently using it, of course. There you go. Don't panic. I've got it. It's fixed. Don't worry. And then take that over onto the other track as well. Take this. Go on. You want to go. Is it because I'm mixing track types? I'm going to assume it is. So I'll make a quick replacement there. Because this is, you know, the way that the game snaps these days, this should work without too much fretting. Go on, go on, go on, go on, go on, go on. It's going to be just that it's too long, presumably. I don't see why that's cause. Why are you? All right, do this instead. Oh no, you don't want to do anything. You don't. You just want to play now, do you? Oh, I'm taking my ball. I'm going home. Stuff you. Right, let's go from there. That's it. Yeah, and try it now. Gone. All right, there's one more way that this might work, and that is to go from here. I've got the line about wrong there, haven't I? Go on, and then snap to there. No, it's because you're overlapping those other points. I know this is what you want, but sometimes you just can't have it. You could have that, which is not quite as pretty. It doesn't look as glamorous as what you were hoping for, and then connect up onto there, and then you've got what you wanted there, but it's just not as appealing. Okay, now then, the complicated thing here, of course, is going to be getting those routes working at all in any fashion. Let's modernise. Right, and then let's have a look at who's using what. Good, right. Orange is the only fruit. No. Is it coming back on the right side of the track? Yes, it is. Then this is all groovy. That's worked out rather well. We're going to need a release signal or two up here. In fact, let's do it like... Because I'm observing it doing something that I hadn't necessarily accounted for over there. Right, let's do that. That's going to confuse the heck out of my crew. They're all going to go, what's he playing at? That's good. Right, now then, we get a pink route. I don't even know if the pink route, I don't think, can do its job. Because it needs to thread it. Hold on. No. I got excited there for a moment because I saw construction materials. And then I remembered, yeah, it does still make them, though. Even though it's not doing it the way you want them to. It does actually work. Okay, right, so why have I got this double platformed? Did I have a notion that at some point in the future I might expand? In which case, today is the day where I prove to be clairvoyant. Right, you come round here, because we need to get up there. Alright, so see, we've got a pretty quick merger coming up. Maybe if we come out the other way would be the smarter move. So if you're coming out there, then we're going to need some points here. Like that, which makes for a slight derailment hazard there. Let's excuse me. Let's get rid of that for the moment and smooth it out a bit first. This is it. Frog in my throat. This is effectively lowering the curb so that one may get into one's drive. There we are. That's a bit better. Right, good. Now then, get round on here and then everything is peachy. What kind of a swan neck have we got there? We've got a minor swan neck going on, and that's going to be, you know what, that's going to be okay. I think I might make this look a little bit better in future if it actually works. But before I kill off this this stone train entirely, I want to give it one last shot at glory. Right then. Okay, here we go. So, let's go find the thing. Here's the thing. You go from Detroit branch, and you now, instead, I want you heading to this one here. This is going to be quite exciting. Your level of excitement may vary, but I'm quite excited. Alright, and then is it... No, you shouldn't have closed it down. You wanted to see what it was doing. You've got no path. Right, where are you at the moment? You're here. Well, look, here's an idea for you. Ready? Ready? Turn round. There you go. Now then, when you get up here, you'll come in on your normal platform, and then you're trying to switch track. Now, I don't really want you to switch track. I want you to stay on this side, because I've made that work, specially for you. Although, hold on, what is orange doing? Yeah, orange is trying to use the same side. So I'm going to put you what we in the trade call an additional waypoint. Detroit branch out to here and there via that. No, not that. There you go. Yeah, I know you're going to be running up and down the same line on your approach and your withdrawal, and it's going to work because I command it. There you are. Good. Two multi-directionals there. And that's going to work. Or else. Actually, I've got no idea if it's going to work, but it makes it interesting. You closed the one you wanted to watch. Right, we're going to leave that one running. Let's pull up the shunty goods route, train shunty. Where are you? Here you go. It's going to be nowhere near yet, but I thought to round us off for today, we'd go see exactly where it is. It's in motion. That's for certain. Where are you right now? This actually looks like you're quite close. Blimey, it's almost made it already. Well done, you. Good, solid effort there. You're on the wrong side of the track. Just, you know, FYI. I mean, you're probably causing untold harm to other freight road traffic passenger users, and to be honest, it's something of a miracle you made it. But you did, and therefore you are to be somewhat congratulated. And then I just need you to swing over onto your actual route, and we're golden. There it is. Swinging over onto the route. And then, in fairly soon order, we will find out whether this is going to work or not. This is lending us a really rather nice shot there. And I don't know. Where's? I mean, this is quite nice. But I liked the tree-lined entrance that it was making over the other side. Anyway, this will do. That's going to wrap it up for today. I've been Colonel Failure, as you probably know, and yeah, a little bit experimental, but that's that's what keeps us buzzing, keeps us interested. Now, when this completes a lap, we'll know whether or not it does anything. Who's complaining now? The Santa Ana sawmill. Well, that's a shame. We're going to have to go and investigate that at some point. Anyway, thanks for watching today. There's the autosave. Look, it knows that our time is up, and when it's done that, I'm going to get over the other side, because I swear that's going to be a nice looking approach. Come on, autosave. When you're done, there you go. Please, would you be so kind as to fling a like at this one if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to keep up with the rest of the series. We've got quite a way to go, and we're going to take our time getting there. Thanks for watching. I'll catch up with you very soon. I'll give you just enough time to make sure you get a shot of the Alco coming off the bridge. See what I mean about the trees? See, I thought I just made it look quite nice. I've finished my outro. I had anticipated it arriving by now. It'll be here, when it suits itself. Well, when it can be bothered. Look, there's a passenger train coming. Isn't that exciting? I think it is. Here we go. Cheerio.